you know it will end. You are an endangered species.
Been caught on you strangers, clearing all present danger. Give me your podium on play.
What's going on, people? Myke C-Town here. Welcome to the Vinyl Shit. This is a special episode. I recently went to New York City I was only there like a day and a half, and I had to come back quick in and out, you know what I'm saying? But while there, you know, I had to do what I do and frequent some of New York City's best record stores. I went to quite a few. I don't remember all the names, and some of them aren't even worth mentioning, but I went to Heaven Street Records, which a bulk of this video is going to be showing records from there, and I went to Other Music. Those are really the only two record stores that I bought stuff from. I did actually go to Generation Records, but I did not get any records there. It was one of those situations where most of the cool shit that they had, I already owned, and I actually went to Bleecker Street Records, which, no offense, but that place was not my thing. It was like a dad record store, so I bought zero at that spot. But I'm going to show the records that I bought while I was there. First record I'm going to show you, this is Behemoth from the Pagan Vastlands. This is their demo from 1994, back when they were still like a proper black metal band. This is actually limited to 666 copies, if you can see that. I got number 527. Surprisingly, this is still not very hard to find, though. You can still track this down for a relatively decent price, but it's really good musically, great raw black metal. The only problem is it's just too fucking bassy. Like, the shitty recording combined with the bass, just the bleh, it just makes it sound like garbage, but not like in a really cool way. But it's still listenable, and still, I think, worth having, especially if you're like a Behemoth fan. But here's the front cover. Here's the back cover, inside, and it's on black, so I won't bother showing you that.
Boys, how you obey the law? Been racing to erase us all since the day we born. Am I wrong if I want more from my sons? Or will I die shot down by police gun? If each one teach one, will we reach some? No justice.
Next record I'm going to show you. This is Kkata Decapitation Human Jerky. This is some of my favorite Kkata Decapitation material, man. It's so just quick and short and fast and just ugly. But this is their first proper release aside from the demo. I'm not sure why I never picked this up. I always had it digitally. I just never, I don't know what's wrong with me, but I was really stoked to see this sitting there. It's 12 minutes of just straight up sick grind. And it starts off with a fantastic Ghostbusters sample, which is awesome. I've heard plenty of people say this sounds like Carcass, but I don't think it sounds anything like Carcass, man. You know, not every grind band has to be related to Carcass in some way, guys, but I think this record is fucking awesome. Front cover, back cover. It comes with this printed inner sleeve. What was that? And it's on this cool, like, maroon smoky vinyl. Very, very cool. The next record I'm going to show you, this is Ikatowi, orchestrated and conducted. Ikatowi was a band from the 90s, like an emo hardcore band. I used to love this shit, man. I still love this, but I haven't listened to it in a while, but I had their stuff on cassette, but I never got around to buying them on a proper format. Yes, I said proper format. I don't think cassette is a proper format because cassettes suck. I looked up and found two other records at Heaven Street Records. This one and the one I'm going to show after this. It's great old school experimental emo hardcore. It's on Gravity Records, so you kind of know what to expect. Gravity had bands like Antioch Arrow, Heroin, Huggy Bear, Evergreen, Universal Order of Armageddon. So you know it's going to be like that chaotic and emotional kind of hardcore, which is exactly what this is. Kind of loose and jazzy at times, but they were quintessential in that whole San Diego sound that was, you know, pushed forward later on by bands like Struggle and Swing Kids. This is a fantastic album. Here's the front cover, and here's the back cover. And it comes with this cool insert here. This is fucking awesome, though. Check that out. I hope you guys can see that in the camera, but that's awesome. That is so reminiscent of 90s hardcore to me. So fucking cool. What a great shot. Next record I'm going to show you, this is another record by Clikitat. This is River of Souls. This was their, I believe this is their second record. More of the same as Orchestrated and Conducted, but the songs are a bit more mature. I didn't mention this before, but for all my skate nerds, this had Mario Rubalcaba, if you remember him. He was a great skater. He plays drums for this band, and he is an amazing drummer. Seriously, like, this is some fucking great music. I know a lot of my viewers are metal dudes, and, you know, they probably get scared of the word emo, but just pretend this is like the side project of like some cool black metal guy. Pretend that like one of the guys from Vlad Tepes is in this band, and maybe you guys will actually like it, because I feel like if you ignore the whole emo stigma, then I think you'd actually appreciate this music, because it's pretty techy and it's pretty experimental. Like I said, chaotic. It's just great stuff, man. Front cover, back cover, another great insert here. If you can see that, another awesome shot there. If you can see that. Next record I'm going to show you, this is Crisis, The Guilty Have a Past. I'm sure you guys probably know who Crisis is, but if you don't, it's the punk band of Douglas P. from Death in June and Tony Wakeford of Soul Invictus. This is their punk band from the late 70s. Great English punk rock. Fantastic stuff. But what this is singles and demos from 77 to 79. Yeah, that old. It's definitely a bootleg, as you can see, because it's just this. There's not like an actual cover. But yeah, there's this. It comes with, and then it comes with this write-up of what you have on the record, and then just the record, and that's it. But if you like English punk rock, or if you are a Death in June obsessive, then it might be cool to own this for you. I love this record. I love the music on it, and I just like having it, man. It's just cool as like a history type of thing. You know, I listened to Death in June for a long time before I knew that Douglas P. was in a punk band, so this is cool stuff, man. I don't know how limited this is. I honestly don't remember. I looked it up, but I'm drawing a fucking blank. But you can still get it for a decent price if you care to have it. I know a lot of these, or all of these songs, have been released on other formats and other records, so you can get the songs, but it's still cool to have the demos if you're a fucking nerd. Which, if you're watching my videos, you're probably a fucking nerd. The next record I'm going to show you, this is Current 93, When the May Rain Comes. So this is a recording of Current 93 covering a song by the band Sand. Sand was a krautrock band from the 70s. Fucking amazing. If you have not listened to them, if you like drone or experimental krautrock, you need to listen to Sand. Sand is absolutely incredible. But this song is actually on Thunder Perfect Mind. So I have no idea why they released this separately, and I actually didn't even know this record existed until I got to Heaven Street Records, and I pulled it out, and I was like, what the fuck? I don't own this. So I bought it immediately. I actually overpaid for it, which kind of sucks, but that's another story. This is actually limited to 300 copies, so I'm surprised it's still floating around so much, but it's really only necessary to Current 93 completists. You know, it's just two versions of the same song. It's not essential unless you're a Current 93 freak like I am. But here is the front cover. Here is the back cover. And the front cover is a painting by Babs Satani. So I'm sure if you listen to Current 93, you're familiar with the work. And mine is on like this purple-ish, maroon-ish color. Very, very nice. Only complaint I'll give about this record is whoever designed this made it very hard to get things in and out of it. The slits or whatever are so small. I don't know what it is, but it's really fucking annoying. But what a small gripe. It's a Current 93 record that I own, so who cares? Here is the insert that came with it, which is also very fucking cool. I love this picture of David Tibet, Stephen Stapleton, and Michael Cashmore. Very, very awesome. And the last record I'm going to show you in this edition of the vinyl. Shit! This is The Devil's Blood, Tabula Rasa, or Death and the Seven Pillars. I love The Devil's Blood. And a while ago, Damon from Dank Buds and Black Metal did a drawing for this record, and I didn't enter it because for some fucking reason I thought I already had this record. And I didn't. This is the only full length that I did not own. I'm a fucking dumbass, but I got the shit now. Got it now, bruh. This is the third and final full length before Salim committed suicide and the band ended. They ended on a great note though. This is a fucking great occult rock record. This reminds me so much of like Coven, if you remember Coven. I loved Coven's records, Witchcraft Destroys Minds and Reaps Souls, and unfortunately I don't have that on vinyl. I need to pick that up. I have it on CD, but anyways, this is a fantastic record if you've not heard it. This is the front cover, this is the back cover, and it's really a fucking awesome layout, dude. Look at that. Beautiful. The record itself is on black, so I'm not going to bother showing you that. So that's it for this edition of the Vinyl Shit. There's actually a bunch more records that I bought while I was in New York that I'm going to show in the next video, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. There's some more gems in that stack. But for now, thank you for living, thank you for loving, thank you for being you, and I will see you guys next time. Alright? Peace! Bridges!